All right, that is coat number 2 everywhere except where I'm standing. That was kind of all I had. Um, I would say I have another can. I'm saving that one because I need to go and I need to brush all along the corners, up along all this mess, and really need to like spot treat all these little darker spots where it's kind of more porous. You really need to do that with a brush. Um, Again, if I would have had a 3/4 inch roller, probably would have been fine. That's all right. Rained like the dickens. Um, Rained a bunch last night, rained a little bit today. And before I started, I just kind of went and touched a couple places and it's dry. I'm not saying I didn't need to do this because saturation from groundwater and saturation from rain are different things. It didn't rain enough. Now, there wasn't, like snowpack and slow melt and all that. There wasn't enough of that for this to be a problem. The seepage issue. So I can't say for sure that we have. Let's not fall over and also not step in it. I can't say for sure that we have solved the issue. But I will say that comparing how it looks today to how I left it last night, I am feeling much better about this and how it's going to work. And, I'm going to have to buy a couple more cans of this stuff anyway to do the other half. And when I do, I'll go pick up some 3/4 nap. And we'll do that side with a 3/4, 2 cans, Fruit Loop style, 2 cans, Fruit Loop. It's funny. And then maybe I'll get a 3rd can and we'll just do this one more time. But I wanted to get this done, even though conditions were not great for it, because before I can do any of that, that all needs to come out. So now that this is done, I'm going to let this sit for a day. It's supposed to be kind of cold and crappy tomorrow. It's not terrible in here, though. It's really kind of comfortable. Like, I would be fine hanging out in here as it is, even with the window being open all night. When we're ready, I'm going to take a bunch of that stuff. We'll cram as much of it as we can into the bathroom. We'll have to move the drums and all that other stuff around. Then the rest of it will come in here, over against this wall, as much of it as I can. And then, we'll just start tearing that half down. Exactly like we did this half. We'll leave the plastic up. We'll do the ceiling. We'll do the walls. The walls in there will be a lot easier than these because it's wood paneling on 2 of them. The 3rd wall is just coming down. The 4th wall is just this again. When we get the walls down, we'll get the ceiling down. We'll take the floor up. When the ceiling comes down and all that insulation and everything's gone, this wall can come down. Then we'll just have one big open space. We can really hit it hard. Oh, I got rubber all over my pants and my shoes. Oh, and I got some on my fingers. What was in my can there was fine. Acetone takes this off. Real easy. What was I going to say? Oh, so I took all that time off from work to this, and I'm happy with it. I'm glad I took the extra day to do this. Next month, sometime in October, I've taken a week off, and I'm hoping during that time we can start. I'd like to start sooner if I can. I may not be able to, But I'd like to start getting the subfloor down, getting the walls framed. If we can't do it before then, that's what we'll do. That gives me like 2 weeks to get this done, which is more than enough time. So we get the floor done, we'll get the walls framed. Once the walls are framed, we can start running our new electrical. We'll have a bay we can put the new breaker box in. I gotta finish getting that one out of the way. Gotta pull that out. These I thought about pulling out. I don't think I will. I think I'm just gonna pull the wires out as much as I can, cut them, and then we'll foam them. Just fill them full of foam. Just to, not a lot of air comes through there, but any air is air, and that's inefficient insulation, as our good friend Big Clyde says. Insulation. That'll work. Okay, so that's it. That's all we're doing out here today. This needs 3 or 4 hours to sit. It is currently like 5 o'clock, which means it's going to be 8 or 9 by the time I'm done, and I don't want to be out here doing this again in the dark, so thank y'all. See you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday, the 22nd, and it has been raining like you would not believe. Yes, George. Anyway, yesterday night we came out and we put that last bit of seal on the floor. And, excuse me, we didn't quite have biblical rain, but, it was pretty close. I saw some roads closed because of water. That's a lot for us. So I haven't been out here. So let's go out here. And I did it again. 50 degrees downtown Los Angeles. You know what? That's dry. That's dry. That's dry. It's cold, but it's dry. That's dry. I think we did it. I think we did it. I'm pretty pleased with that, ladies and gentlemen. I was concerned. Even that down there looks dry. It's a little dirty, but it's dry. You can tell by looking at it. Well, I'm going to be honest. This is a load off my mind, because I was concerned, man. I thought, oh God, all this rain. All this rain. I'm going to come out here, there's just going to be a puddle right there. That's what I thought, given as bad as everything was. Now, we're not done with this, obviously. I got to patch this, because that shouldn't, oh, sorry, you can see. That shouldn't do that. That shouldn't do that. We'll patch all that. I'm going to buy a bag of sand mix to do that, because I think that'll be the best thing to do. Which means we'll bust it all up as much as we can. Clear it out as much as we can. I need to get that outlet. I need to get that piece of trim down. Kind of do the same thing with stuff like this. That might be okay. Yeah, no, I'm pleased. I know it's not perfect. People who have done this kind of stuff before are probably looking at this like, God, here's the 37 things you did wrong. First of all, it was a 4-step process, and you made it take 37. No, I feel good about it. I feel pretty good about it. So I think what we'll do, I might just chisel those out. Those are going to be in the way. Because we're going to frame all the walls. Yeah, those will need to move. Since we're going to frame all the walls, I can't just have my floor joists. Are they joists if they're just sitting? Probably. Running this way, we're going to need one going along the wall there. One going along the wall there. And I could just put a little short one and then stop. There's a bug over there. And one over here and stop. But I'm not going to do that. We're gonna frame it. We're gonna frame it. So those are going to be in the way. It's going to make this door jam, really. I mean, it's going to stop there, then add to it that way. That'll be fine. Excuse me. Yeah, my big concern was, let's make sure the roof doesn't leak, and over here it does not. I didn't think it did, but nice to know for sure. And that we didn't have any moisture on the floor, and we don't. So that's all right. I'm not doing any work out here tonight. It's cold. I've been spotted by porch cat. It's coming for me. They need fed. Yeah, not doing any work out here tonight. It's cold. I'm tired. Not like work was a very complicated day, being the state of the weather. But they picked up my other. Nope, still there. Well, let's just see. Let's just see how much water we got. I can tell you. I got a bucket. We got about that much water. Less than we had at work. But, I mean, I realize for some people that's not a lot. But for us, that's a lot. That's a lot of water, man. You ready for food, Poor Joe? You're going to get dripped on sitting right there. You dope. Anyway, yeah. Taking a break tonight. We'll get working again tomorrow. Yes, Death Ray. There it is. I lost that. Okay, I'm dumb. I couldn't sit idly by. So here's the other room. Emptied. And not going to do much with this wall, if anything. Take the paneling down on that wall. Paneling down on that wall. Get rid of that baseboard. We'll get rid of that wall. But first, we'll take down the ceiling, the lath, everything in here. And yeah. The floor, of course, only had one major slip up over there. Just I hit hard. I didn't like fall or anything, but I hit hard. That's gonna come down real easy. Yeah, I mean, for as long as everything in there took, this is gonna take much less time because we've gotten all the big stuff finished. We'll start with these two walls first because they've got that little tiny crown molding. I feel dumb calling that crown molding. I like that. didn't even attempt to miter that. That's just PVC stuff anyway. I have to take the frame off this window. Yeah, not too bad. This half an hour, including taking that down, probably. And the ceiling, we know how that goes. This time I'm going to put a fan. I'll open that window, put a fan in it blowing out. keep some of the dust down a little bit. And yeah. It's just, you just see how close that is. How close that is. Got so much crap in here now. So much crap. Got it all in here pretty good though. I mean, there's still a shit ton of it. When it comes time to set this up as a usable space, a lot of this is just gonna be like, if this ends up being music room, the speakers and all that will just go against this wall because I'll need to get them in and out. So kind of got some ideas in my head of how I'm going to set this up. A little bit. Anyway, that's it for me. See you guys.